Hey guys, Thogden here, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today, we're going to be picking our Premier League Hall of Fame. If you didn't know, two players have already been given their place in the list, which is Alan Shearer and Thierry Henry. The Premier League have set their fans to go away and pick 6 more from the list on the screen you can see here. Join us in the comments with your 6, because this is all about debate. But me and my dad have gone our separate ways. We're going to be picking our 6 and seeing if we agree.
There are some brilliant names on that list. It brought back some amazing memories.
I do wonder if it is too top 6 centred. Gary Speed should be on there. He's the 6th all-time Premier League appearance player with 535 caps. He has had 17 consecutive seasons in the Premier League, and he was ex-Bolton. There is no ex-Bolton players on the list, which I'm a little bit gutted about. Maybe JJ Okocha. No Gareth Barry either. Comment down below if you think he should have made it. What do you reckon?
Oh, there's no Nicky Hunt either.
Should play up front, shouldn't he? How many likes are we going for today, Dad?
Oh, let's go for 12,000 likes.
So for this, if you didn't know, there's been 2 that's confirmed, which is Alan Shearer and Thierry Henry. Now, this is a different generation for me. Thog, Dad, how good were those 2 players?
Oh, brilliant. I have no complaints about those 2. I mean, Alan Shearer was an absolute goal machine for his clubs, Newcastle and Blackburn, and for England. So no complaints there. Thierry Henry, what can you say? Absolute beast of a footballer. Will we ever see the likes again?
Okay, well, listen, Dad, we've got to add 6 to the list. You guys can vote in the comments down below. We're going to give our opinion. You can have your own in the comments. Thog, Dad, who's your first pick?
Well, my first pick, Theo, is a lad from Liverpool. When he was a kid, he suffered some misfortune. When he was 8, his 10-year-old cousin, John Paul, died at Hillsborough, which was a terrible disaster. When he was a bit older, a garden fork went into his toe. He nearly had his toe amputated. He never played for England's schoolboys. This lad is, of course, Steven Gerrard.
Okay.
After all that, he went on to be possibly the best box-to-box midfielder in the world, Theo. Do you agree?
I will say I do agree.
A lot of people will say, but this guy never won a Premier League title. He didn't. He was runner-up 3 times.
Yeah.
But the thing about this lad, he was just superb, and he was a big game player. This fella is the only guy to actually score in an FA Cup final, a League Cup final, a UEFA Cup final, and a Champions League final. Now, we all remember 2005. Well, you don't. You were 4 years old. You were sleeping upstairs.
I know.
The miracle of Istanbul. Liverpool 3-0 down at half-time to Milan. Stevie Gerrard gets a goal. He wins a penalty. Brings it back to 3-3. So single-handedly, almost, he wins the Champions League.
But that isn't Premier League, so that's irrelevant to the Premier League Hall of Fame. I know he did some great stuff, but he never won a Premier League. It's a big killer, but because he was so good as an individual, he gets in the team. Dad, who is your second pick to add to the Premier League Hall of Fame?
Well, Theo, you're going to have to guess who it is from these clues. This is a lad from Romford. He got 11 GCSEs, including an A-star in Latin. He had a super high IQ. He writes children's books. He nearly became an MP recently, and his father
You're
was...
boring people, just say it.
Frank Lampard Sr. It is, of course, Frank Lampard, Theo.
A little bit of an accent there, of course. Pretty cool. No, I agree with you on the second option. I feel like we're going to agree on a lot of these midfielders ones. Frank Lampard, 609 appearances in the Premier League, 177 goals, 102 assists. Triple figures on goal and assist in the Prem. That is incredible. Scholes and Gerrard, they didn't do that.
Absolutely. He started off at West Ham, then went over to Chelsea, which is what he's known for.
Yeah.
The guy who scored the most goals for Chelsea ever, Theo.
That's
and he was a
mental.
midfielder, which is absolutely incredible.
More than Drogba.
Yes.
And as a midfielder. I know he played a lot more games than him, don't get me wrong. Yeah, this geezer definitely makes it to the 6. If you don't have Lampard in the list, I think you're a mug. I've got to be honest.
He's just an all-round first minute to 90th minute guy, Theo.
I think I was a little bit too young to see the prime of Frank Lampard, and I remember more of the latter stages of his Chelsea career and Man City days, which were just hilarious. Right, Thog Dad, let's see if we agree on the third option though, okay? Who you gone for?
Well, Theo, it has to be Paul Scholes, and I love the story behind this lad from Salford, because when he was a kid, of course, he was very short. He's asthmatic, and he had a knee condition in his childhood. The doctor said, you'll never play football. He went on to be an all-time great for Man United,
what a
didn't
story.
he?
Yeah.
11 Premier League titles, 2 Champions League. But this guy, honestly, the best midfielder. For me, better than Gerrard, better than Lampard. I'll put it out there.
Dad, you're waffling at this point. I've not even got him in my 6. He doesn't make it to my 6.
No.
Dad,
right, stop the video now.
Lampard and Gerrard are levels above them.
Oh, Theo, please don't do this. Have you ever seen Paul Scholes play?
Yes.
When he had the ball, you couldn't shake him off.
I did watch him play live once.
Super.
I did watch him play live once.
You're pranking me. Where's Jeremy Beadle?
I am. Beadle's over there. You're right. Scholes is the third name on my Premier League Hall of Fame. We agree. I mean, the fact we've got Lampard and Gerrard, you've got to have Scholes. You've got to have all three. The debate of who's better out of the three, I don't like to name.
Yeah.
But you generally think Scholes is first?
Well, let's listen to Thierry Henry, who said Paul Scholes is the greatest Premier League player of all time. Let's listen to Pelé, Theo. Pelé said, if I had Paul Scholes by my side, I'd have scored more goals. That's Pelé saying that.
Pelé's a stat padder against Brazilian farmers.
Oh, stop it, Theo. Honestly, no. Scholes, the amazing thing is, he couldn't do anything in the air. He couldn't tackle to save his life.
Right.
But my goodness, he was brilliant on the ball. And his footballing brain was astonishing.
Right, Thogdad, who's the fourth player to add to your Hall of Fame in the Premier League?
Well, I've chosen a lad who, aged 5, moved from the Ivory Coast to France to live with his uncle. He didn't make his professional debut till the age of 21 for Le Mans. He shone at Marseille, he went to Chelsea. It is, of course, Didier Drogba, twice African Footballer of the Year and a legend. And surely you've chosen him, Thea.
I haven't got him in my 6.
Oh my goodness, he must have been close. Now, what I like about Drogba, Theo, is he was transformational for Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
Chelsea have not won the title for 50 years. Drogba comes in 2004. They win the title. When Drogba was there, he won 4 titles. He won 4 FA Cups, 3 League Cups and a Champions League. And what I love about him, big game player.
He was a big game player, but if you compare his stats to some of the other Premier League strikers, he wasn't as standout as you think.
There's different ways to pick all
and
this.
Don't get me wrong. Like, Drogba was the biggest game player, like Champions League finals, everything. This guy smashed it. We're talking about Premier League Hall of Fame here. And that's why my pick for Chelsea is John Terry. Ooh. He's got more Premier League titles, 5 over 4 of Drogba. He's played nearly 500 appearances. Anyone near 500 appearances in the Prem should absolutely be in this list. 41 goals, 214 clean sheets. This guy has won it all. He's captain, leader, legend, as Chelsea fans would say about him. I have him over Drogba. Comment down below if you agree with me. Does that mean Terry isn't in your list?
John Terry isn't in my list. He was a very good defender in a very good side.
You mug.
The thing that got it for me with Drogba is the 2012 Champions League final, yeah? Chelsea were the outsiders to win that. Drogba gets a late equaliser. He scores the winning penalty. He was a big game player. I'm sorry, John Terry.
But Terry was there through it all.
Yeah,
he played in every single big game over the era of most of Chelsea's Premier League years, from 1998 to 2017.
Yeah. Two great players. I just prefer Drogba over John Terry. Oh, it's hard to compare. Two very different positions on the field, obviously.
What is your 5th option, Thogdad?
Well, we're going over to Cork in Ireland, and I've chosen a guy who was judged to be too small to play for Ireland schoolboys, so his passion was boxing. He went to play for Cobh Ramblers. He was spotted by Nottingham Forest, who paid 47,000 quid for him. Roy Keane. He went on to be the greatest Irish footballer of all time. And my goodness, 19 major trophies he won during an amazing career with United and Celtic.
Dad, out of the Manchester United options you had, you've gone for Roy Keane?
Yes.
Really?
Do you know what? Not the most gifted, talented footballer of all time. Nowhere near the likes of your Scholes and your Gerrards. But my goodness, the passion, the strength. This was a lad through who toughness and spirit just led in the dressing room and on the pitch.
For me, Dad, Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes will definitely make it to this next 6. Okay, Roy Keane for me, he gets in soon, but not yet.
But Theo, 7 Premier League titles, 1 Champions League final, and he used to be our neighbour. He used to walk his dog past us.
Dad, I've gone for a different Manchester United option for this spot. I've gone for Rio Ferdinand. Because he's played a lot more appearances in the Premier League, 504. He got over the 500 mark, which is huge. Only 11 goals. He didn't score that much, did he?
No, he wasn't a goal scorer.
Yeah, it's pretty mental. But nearly 200 clean sheets, 6 titles, 1 less than Roy Keane, which, they were less dominant in that era than the Roy Keane era, but he was playing against more difficult opposition. And I think he was more standout for me. And he won a Champions League as well.
Well, Theo, he was a transformational player. Back in the day when he came from Leeds, I think he was the most expensive defender of all time. And I rated him. And I rate him very highly to this day. Yeah. Roy Keane for me, but, I can't criticise that choice too much. And it's interesting how we've both ignored David Beckham, Theo.
Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult. I think when you've only got 6 and you've got to narrow it down to there, I don't think Beckham... on paper outweighs the other options they give you here. It's difficult.
And I agree. I'm brilliant with a dead ball situation. A legend of the game in so many ways, but not on my list.
Let's pick our final out the 6 to update the Premier League Hall of Fame. Who's getting your vote?
Theo, I've gone for the son of a Polish jazz artist and a Danish nurse. Went on to be the best goalkeeper of all time, Peter Schmeichel of Manchester United. Theo, has there ever been a better goalkeeper? You might say Lev Yashin, you might say Gordon Banks.
Lev Yashin, the legend, the legend. Peter Schmeichel's a good choice. I think he's probably the best goalkeeper to ever play in the Premier League. You know, Petr Cech's up there as well. Jussi Jääskeläinen's got to get a shout. But no, for me, I think we need to respect Arsenal more. Thierry Henry's already made the list, but you've not picked an Arsenal player.
No, I haven't. Sorry about that.
You also haven't picked a defender.
Yeah.
None of the defenders. No Terry, no Ferdinand.
I know.
Why do you not like defenders, Dad?
Maybe I was a bit harsh.
I went with Arsenal player. I was stuck between Bergkamp and Vieira. In the end, I picked Patrick Vieira. And Arsenal fans, you could say what you want, but if I had another pick, I would have picked Bergkamp. I just think this guy was legendary in an Arsenal shirt. Over 300 appearances, 31 goals, 34 assists. But it wasn't about that for him. He was just a powerhouse in the midfield. Yes. He helped Arsenal get 3 Premier League titles. He even got a season award too. He was an absolute rock. He was always there under Arsene Wenger. And he helped turn Arsenal round, didn't he?
Theo, that is a very good choice. He's probably my number 7, an absolute beast of the game. I suppose I went for Roy Keane instead.
Yeah. We agree to disagree, but a lack of Arsenal players in there. You've only got one, Dad.
I know, sorry about that.
The Gooners are going to be raging.
Well, the thing is, from about 1993, Man United dominated everything. That's why I've gone heavy on Man United.
Thank you for watching this video. It's been a fun one to film, and it's very topical because it's going on right now, and you guys can vote. It's all about your opinion. Please like and subscribe for more Premier League content. It really supports us. 12,000 likes and Thog Dad will get 12k likes tattooed on his left arm, on his elbow. There you go. On that note, thank you very much for watching. See you later, guys. Bye.